expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. That's what I'm here for. I don't care for wearing silk cravats, ruby studs, satin spats, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love.
All he cares about is love.
Hey, the boy can sing.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes.
Marti Pellow's Billy Flynn. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought, John, you know? Well, I saw you at the night that Denise...
That's right, when she came back from Broadway, yeah.
When she came back from Broadway. I mean, you know what the show's all about. You know, so when I actually came on the show about a month and a half ago to talk about Teenage Cancer Trust.
And the night you were doing it at the Albert Hall, yeah.
And there was a couple of producers came along there and saw me singing, and, well, it wasn't rocket science for them to put it together and say, well, let's have Marty down, see what he's like for singing in the Chicago thing. So I went to them, sang a few songs, said a few lines.
You sound very casual about it. Were you nervous?
You know what? I never thought I'd get it.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought it went down, and so it was like, yeah. And I think that because I had that, maybe, I don't know, they had vision. We could make this work. You know, because the singing thing I can take care of. You know, I feel very much, I feel very familiar in that surroundings, but this is new. But that's exciting for me to be able to embrace that. Yeah. You know, because I get days, to be perfectly honest, where I go, ah, yes, I'm like glad I've done this, and other days where I'm thinking to myself, oh, what have I done? Why on earth have I done this? I'm never going to be able to pull this off. And you have days of, you know, because you don't have anything to judge it on.
No,
you know, it's, you can,
but what bits do make you nervous? Because obviously
you.
you're used to performing in front of stadiums, so what bit, is it the intimacy of the theatre?
I think it's just, you know, just you've got nothing to gauge it on. You know how you can say, well, that wasn't, that was a good show we did in New York or whatever. This I've got nothing to gauge. Is this good? So I'm obviously always needing reassuring. You're okay, Marty? Yes, very good.
When were you watching that night? When we were watching Denise, was that the first time you'd seen it, or was it?
That was my second time.
Second time. Right. What did you take from the character? You're saying there's only 3 songs that he has to sing. So
3 songs and
just
a whole lot of talking. And I was just saying to John that I've just got by the joined-up writing stage. And now they're giving me all these scripts to read and all that.
Are they giving you much direction? Because you haven't acted before, have you?
Oh, I've never done anything.
Right. So how are they telling you to do the part? Or
well,
are they just
I think you know, I think
it?
you get the gist of what Billy Flynn's all about, you know, and because it's set in the 20s, it's, you know, Chicago, it's all bustle, and Billy Flynn's this powerful lawyer, so he's a big player. So you know. And
can you do a bit of the accent for us then?
I'll tell you what, why don't you go...
Flynn,
no, well, you know, that's probably the Scotsman coming out to me. I suggested we actually change it to Billy McFlynn. And we set it in the gobbles. Then I wouldn't have to really work so hard on the accent.
Have you had acting lessons to prepare for it?
No, you're just going to go for it. So it's
but I'm getting a lot of help from the great people who are involved in the show. You know, I've got a dialect coach, you know, and I'm working with the director and the dancers and the choreography, and it's wonderful.
It is amazing.
You know, everybody goes left and I go right. I'm still at that stage.
Out of all the shows to be in the West End, that's up there. That and Les Mis, I think, are the 2 ones that you really, the great songs.
I saw it right at the beginning with Uta Lemper. I couldn't take my eyes off her.
And
She
Ruthie
was
Henshaw.
Incredible. Yeah.
Ruthie Henshaw as well.
And Ruthie Henshaw too.
So June the 20th, is it? Your first?
June the 10th.
June the 10th.
June the 10th, I'll be there, all singing, dancing, Marty.
Fantastic. Well, of course, everybody knows you better from Wet, 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 don't they?
Indeed, they do, yes.
Do you miss those days, those heady, massive celebrity days?
Well, you know, after I left Wet, 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 I had a year off to kind of re-evaluate what I wanted in my life and what was important. And I came back and released an album, and that did, you know, I was very happy with the success that I had. So I guess I'm cutting the cloth accordingly to what, you know, what life flings at me. Do I miss it? No, that's great. Do I love this? Yeah. I think it's all about moving on and embracing other things in your life to get as much colour in your career as you possibly can.
You still in touch with the boys?
I still talk to some of them. You know, some of them I do, and some of them I don't. You know, and who knows what will happen in time.
Yeah. Are you down here or are you up there? Because you know you're very passionate about Scotland and stuff, as we all are. But you know,
well, only last weekend I was back up there, just getting, you know, working on my Glasgow accent. You know, make sure I've still got that down. So you've lost the plot, Marty. Where have you gone? Let yourself, John.
Indeed. Well, listen, not too near the front. Maybe, you know, F or G for the opening night.
Well, I was thinking that, John. You know, because your eyesight's going, you like to look at the pretty girls, don't you? Eh? You like the pretty girls, eh?
Well, no, what makes you think that, Marty?
You must be talking about
go on, you
John
can.
Leslie.
Yes.
Well, we look forward to your opening night, June the 10th.
Me too, man.
We're not letting you go because we wish you to join our showbiz section later on. Do you fancy a bit of that?
Well, they've asked me that, and I tried to get out of it, but they got roped in. The girls convinced me. So I'm going to be turning things that say hit and miss.
We've got to turn up as well,
Who
apparently.
can turn down the 88th most attractive woman in the country as voted by FHM this
Well, that's easy for you to say, John, isn't it? You get yourself in it.
It was 88, 85.
Beautiful women.
So, half an hour in the show, don't go away.
We'll see you later on.
Enjoy the
Thank you
coffee.
very much for talking to me.
Thanks, Marty.
Nice to
All
see
the
you.
best.
OK, it's me.
A hard time.
Sings the hits of Wet
A very big...
This morning.
It's...